To get started, we're first going to create a new trace channel. This channel will allow us to identify objects that the player can wall jump on. Go over to a new trace channel, we can go over to Edit, Project Settings, then go over to Collision, and go to Trace Channels, and select New Trace Channel. Just call this Wall Jump. And set the default response to be Ignore. Then go Accept. The next thing we're going to do is create some walls that the player can jump on. So if I go here where it says, you can go to Details and change the collision preset. Okay, so once you've kind of made your wall, go over to Details, scroll down or up, and you want to find Collision and change the collision preset to be Custom. Then scroll down and just make it so this wall has the block channel for wall jump. Then we just want to create another wall. Then we just want to scale this cube so it kind of looks like a wall. So I'm going to just go here. You can also just press R on your keyboard to scale an object that you selected. Okay, so once you've kind of made your wall, go over to Details, scroll down or up, and you want to find Collision and change the collision presets to be Custom. Then scroll down and just make it so this wall has the block channel for wall jump. Then we just want to create another wall. To quickly do this, we can just select this cube and hold Alt on your keyboard, and that will allow you to quickly create a duplicate. So the next thing we're going to do is code our wall jump system so the player character can wall jump. If we open them up and find some free space, and we just want to right click and look for event tick. So event tick, we're going to check to see if our player character is falling. If our player character is falling and they're next to a wall, we will allow them to wall jump. So to check if our player character is falling, we can drag in the character movement, and we just want to drag off here and look for is falling. Then we just want to drag off return value and look for a branch. Another quick way to make a branch is to just hold B on your keyboard and left click. So event tick, if our player character is falling, we're going to check to see if they are next to a wall. So drag off true and look for line trace by channel. Where this is going to start, we can drag in the capsule component. We just want to drag off here and look for get world location. Where this will end, we're going to end it a couple units in front of our capsule component, so we can just drag off here and look for get forward vector. Then we just want to drag off here and look for multiply, and then we just want to right click on this second value and change this to be a float. And just right click on this and promote it to a variable and call it wall check distance. Compile this. And just make the default distance 50 for now. We then just want to drag off this get world location and look for add. and connect this into here, and then this into end. Then for the trace channel, change this to be wall jump, and for the draw debug, change this to be full duration. So this is going to do a line trace to check to see if we are hitting a wall that the player can jump on. Then we just want to drag off this return value and look for branch. If this is true, that means my player character is on a wall that they can jump on. So we just want to create a new variable and call it wall jump question mark, and if this is true, we can drag in wall jump and just set it and just make sure that this is checked. If this is false, then we can just copy this and connect false into here and make sure that this is unchecked. If my player character is ever on a wall, then we kind of want to make their velocity slow down so it's a bit easier to wall jump. So to do this, we can drag in our character movement, drag off here and look for get velocity. Then we just want to drag off here and look for v interp to Then we just want to drag off here and look for v interp to constant, and we're basically going to get our character's velocity and slowly make them move towards a velocity of 0, which will make them slow down. For the delta time, just right click and look for get world delta seconds and connect this into here. And for the interp speed, depending on what you put here, we'll make it so it will depend how fast the player slows down. So if you make this something like 3000, then the player will slow down quite fast. Next, we just want to drag off our character movement again and look for select velocity and connect this into here. Velocity and connect this into here, and then this into here. And then if our player character is not falling, we just want to make sure that the wall jump is not true, so connect from false into here. Okay, so now if I go compile, and I go play. If I jump on the wall, then my player character should start to slow down. And that is working correctly. And then if I get off the wall, we can